Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria are about to face off in a fight so massive that fans will be talking about it for years. This isn't just another UFC showdown, it's the kind of moment that could change everything in the sport.
Next week's gonna fight couple guys, and also Kamaru, Topuria, all killers want to take my belts. No, I don't give it, I feel so happy. I stay now, try to control, but it's the biggest day in my life, and so happy to be double UFC champion in Madison Square Garden. And what I told all fight week is my dream.
Ilia Topuria just shook the MMA world by directly calling out Islam Makhachev, demanding the fight right now. The undefeated powerhouse made it clear he doesn't want tune-ups or easy names. He wants the reigning two-division beast standing across from him inside the octagon.
Now what about Topuria and Islam? Could that fight happen?
Yep, that can happen too.
I'd like to see that fight.
No. I think everybody wants to see that fight, including Topuria and Islam. So,
This is the matchup that fans have been begging for, the one the UFC quietly hopes to make, and the fighters themselves can no longer ignore. And before you even realize it, there are already signs that this fight might be closer to reality than anyone thinks.
I'm working so hard to be double champion, and I feel today I don't have to cut much weight, and I'm gonna defend my belt many times more.
Topuria, I don't know if you saw his tweet. He said you're like the most boring fighter in the UFC or something like that. I know you said to ask you about him after the fight at Media Day. Can you give us your full thoughts on a fight with him now?
No injury, nothing. I don't feel any pains. I'm ready. Who is gonna be next? Let's do this, and I will make it easy.
Topuria is chasing the biggest moment of his life, but Islam Makhachev already stands in the brightest spotlight in the sport. Fresh off a dominant victory at UFC 322, he's now in a position to reshape the entire pound-for-pound conversation for years to come.
Ilia Topuria, in fact, he's just called you out online, calling you boring. Do you have a message for Ilia? Do you want to fight him?
Yes, I want to fight biggest name in this sport.
Yeah.
I'm ready for anyone, and I feel big difference in the welterweight, and I'm gonna be here a long time. Somebody, if you want, guys, jump to the cage.
So you won't go back down to lightweight to fight Ilia? It has to be at 70?
After 1 month we will talk about this, but not right.
After dominating the lightweight division with 4 straight title defenses, Islam decided to move up. He dropped the 155 belt without hesitation, stormed into 170, and never looked back. Because for him, this isn't about collecting wins. It's about building a legacy that lasts forever. And right now, there's only one man he can't stop thinking about.
Gave up your title at lightweight. Ilia Topuria won the title. Give me your thoughts on Ilia as a champion.
Yeah, Ilia is a champion now, lightweight, but we'll see. He keep talking about the fight against me, and after that fight, let's see, we will do some things, because everybody want this fight. We'll speak about this after.
Islam wants the biggest challenge, the loudest crowd, and the toughest opponent, and Topuria knows that. But keep watching, because in about 40 seconds, you'll hear the boldest prediction Khabib Nurmagomedov has ever made about Islam's future.
And last one from me. Earlier today, Islam Makhachev did an interview and said he's not ruling out coming back down to 155. But if it was up to you, would you rather fight him at 170 to get that third title, or would you be willing to fight him at 55 because that's the division that people say he might be the best at?
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170. And I will beat him and get the third title. That will be the best scenario for me.
Topuria has had enough of draining himself to make 155. He's done fighting the same names over and over. He's tired of being the champion that people question instead of the one they fear. Now he's chasing not just bigger opponents, but bigger history and chaos that could define his career.
Backing off that, obviously with Ilia's win, everyone's really excited to potentially see a future fight with him and Islam. I know that's the fight that people wanted. Ilia said earlier this week that if Islam loses that fight, he wouldn't give the opportunity for Islam to fight for his belt again. Is that something you'd bypass? Because that seems like such a big fight to make.
I mean, this is all talk.
Speculative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine that's a fight you guys would want to make at some point. I mean, just the magnitude of it.
I mean, I'd make that fight tomorrow.
In training, Topuria is going all out. He's sparring with killers, taking punches that would drop anyone else, and firing back harder every time. He's not just moving up divisions, he's taking over. Every day in the gym looks like a battlefield, and Topuria is the general leading the charge.
You know, there's the John Jones and the Alex Bahia fight. Everyone keeps talking about that being the biggest fight. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it's the biggest fight you could possibly make. But then there's also people that say the Ilia Topuria and the Islam fight is the biggest fight you can make.
I think right now, I think Topuria Islam, it can be biggest fight, not John Jones and Pereira.
Dana White can see what's coming, and you can almost hear the excitement building behind the scenes. Because Islam versus Topuria isn't just a fight. It's an event that breaks pay-per-view records, explodes markets, and keeps the UFC buzzing for years. Dana wants a blockbuster, the fans want chaos, and both men are circling each other like two storms about to collide. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Islam's weight class strategy might be the biggest twist yet. Khabib Nurmagomedov recently spoke up and didn't hold back. He said Topuria's pressure, pace, and confidence make him a real danger to Islam. Khabib even admitted that this might be the first time Islam is forced to fight perfectly. Meanwhile, Topuria's training camp has turned into a war zone. His coaches are pushing him through brutal pad sessions, non-stop wrestling, and cardio grinds that would break most fighters. Yet somehow, Ilia keeps smiling through it all, fully locked in on what's next.
This is what I want to feel, how I'm gonna be in the cage, you know, because like all my life it's a hard cut weight, and I feel I'm not recovery like 100%, but now I'm like a lot of things is different, and I really want to step inside the cage and like feel what is going to be changed.
Every punch he throws is aimed at making history. Every round adds another layer to his growing legend. He's not training like someone chasing a belt. He's training like someone chasing immortality in the sport.
What would it mean to you if you achieve this?
This is, I told you, this is biggest fight in my life. Biggest test, you know. And like here in New York, in Madison Square Garden, it's gonna be hardest test, but I'm ready.
While Topuria prepares for greatness, Islam Makhachev is quietly adjusting to life at 170. He's testing the speed, the power, and the rhythm of bigger opponents, deciding whether the super fight should happen at welterweight or if he'll drag Topuria back to 155. Islam isn't driven by noise or hype. He's strategic. Every move he makes is about protecting his future and polishing his legacy. He won't let anyone rush him into a fight before he's ready.
The only thing that I can see and I can feel that he's a good person. He has a good sportsman also. He represents a good values. So I don't have anything against him personally. You know, the only thing is that we're gonna fight. So I'm not gonna be kind to him before the fight. After the fight, I'm gonna wish him all the best.
Everything now depends on how Islam's body adapts to 170. He's taking his time, staying patient, and refusing to bow to anyone else's schedule, because this next move could make him the first ever double champion from Dagestan, a title that would cement his name in history forever. Topuria, fresh off his knockout win over Charles Oliveira to capture the lightweight crown, isn't waiting around either. He's made it clear Islam is his next target, and he's not backing down. Now, Islam Makhachev stands as the first Dagestani fighter to hold UFC gold in 2 weight classes. The entire MMA world is watching, wondering what comes next, because no matter who he faces, it's going to be legendary. So now it's your turn. Who should Islam fight next? Should he stay at 170, return to 155, or chase something even bigger? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and because this story is just getting started.